Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be having a big update on what is now Hurricane Eta here. There's been a big change in the forecast here. The models have a big shift on the track last night, and it's looking likely that portions of north central Florida will have a landfall to Eta. We'll be talking about that. We also have Tropical Storm Theta out on the east central Atlantic here. No threat to the United States, not really worried about that system. Then we got Invest 98L here in the Caribbean. Also, again, uh, for right now, no threat to the United States, although it has a pretty high chance of developing here. If it does have a threat to the United States, I'll make a video about that. But for right now, these two systems do not have a threat to the United States. The main topic on this video today will be talking about Hurricane Eta, which now has a pressure of 983 millibars with winds of 75 miles an hour, moving north-northeast at 10 miles an hour. Now, earlier this morning, it had a pretty healthy, uh, the convection was very healthy around the main circulation of Eta, but now it's not that healthy right now. And you can actually tell the center circulation, which is about in here. It did have a pretty healthy convection here. That's actually one of those things that was leading to intensification. But the good news is there's not really any strong convection here. So I don't really expect this to strengthen anymore with Eta here, since it doesn't really have a lot of convection going on to help intensify. So we may see this die down a little bit before making landfall, but if it does do that, it'll count as a tropical storm, because this is a very weak hurricane here as of right now. This is the forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center, and as you can see here, we're already experiencing tropical storm winds along portions of the west Florida coastline. We also do have hurricane warnings in effect for portions of the Tampa area and a little bit up north, the coast there, along with tropical storm warnings. The impacts won't be really too major with the system here. The main concern here will be the threat for some flash flooding across some of these regions here, since it will put down a pretty decent amount of rain there. And here's the models here. Now we have a really good agreement here of where this thing is going to be going here. You can see here it does go back over the waters, but we don't really expect this to intensify all that much there when it kind of gets over those waters there, because of ocean heat content. For right now, it's looking pretty low, which I forgot to put that up here. Yeah, ocean heat content, there's like nothing there. So what that means there, really the conditions are not really favorable for tropical systems, although it may linger around a little bit, but for right now, we don't really expect this to, intensify really back to a hurricane or anything like that. Although I'm concerned along that coastline there, could see quite a bit of rain, even a little bit inland as well there. With Ada's moisture ending on top of that, you got a cold front that'll be nearby that also has some moisture, which that same cold front did create some severe weather up across portions of Illinois yesterday. And so, yeah, on that. And the models before, if you guys remember, like yesterday here, the models were all over the place. You had some models kind of going into the western Gulf of Mexico, some heading towards Louisiana, but the general track was kind of making landfall into Panhandle, Florida, into Alabama, Georgia. Now we have a huge shift in the models here. We actually got a really good agreement here, so it's kind of like a last minute type of thing there. So that's something we really forecasters don't really like, is having these major last minute changes, you know, because that's kind of going to make some people upset about that, kind of having that major change there, really. So I kind of did not like the way how the models really made that last minute shift, but it happens there. Here's the GFS ensembles here. You can see there's a good agreement. It'll be dying down before it makes landfall into portions of Florida. It eventually should die out, perhaps somewhere in the western Atlantic there later on down the road. The intensity guidance, again, we don't really expect this to become Should not strengthen anymore, at least. One model does show that continuing to strengthen, but I highly doubt it by that. Probably the models that would follow is probably this group right in here. I highly doubt it'll probably stay as a tropical storm, although it could try to become a tropical storm again, but it'll be a low end tropical storm there when it kind of gets over to the western Atlantic there. And kind of going back to their forecast here, you see here they do expect this to stay as a tropical depression in the western Atlantic. The conditions are not really favorable for tropical systems there. Should die out somewhere in the western Atlantic there. Something I also forgot to pull up is the rainfall here. Go to the Weather Prediction Center's forecast here. We'll move to the southeastern United States, and as you can see here, while I was talking about here, there could be a lot of rain along the east coast there of the Carolinas there. You can see some rainfall belts could be up to 7 inches of rain, which is a lot. But compared to Florida here, not a whole lot more rain is expected here, but probably around Tampa itself, we'll likely get a lot more rain. But due to not really as much convection here, portions of Florida may not get to see a lot of rain. But when it gets to the Carolinas there, you have moisture for the cold front. Adding on top of that, you got a tropical system. There's going to be a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, so a lot of those areas is going to be quite a bit of rain there. And it's probably going to be more of a wall-to-wall wall type of thing there as well. Kind of going back here, click on it here, and we'll take a look to storm surge. Some of the highest storm surge is looking to be between Baco Grande to the Anacola River, which also includes Tampa Bay. We'll be seeing storm surge up to 3 to 5 feet. That's some decent storm surge there. The 2 to 4 feet from the, I'm not going to try to say that, some type of river there in Anacolate River 2 to 4 feet. Also for Boca Grande into Charlotte Harbor, down into Bonita Beach, 2 to 4 feet, then 1 to 2 feet for Bonita Beach to Flamingo there, 1 to 2 feet, but nothing really major there. Then for the severe weather potential here, go to the SPC, which we also do have a tornado watch that was issued by the SPC here. And as you can see here, you got a tornado watch in effect for portions of southwestern Florida there. We do expect for a few tornadoes in that area as well. You can see your tornadoes is in a moderate risk for that tornado watch to be issued. And going back to SPC Outlook here, you can see the tornado threat is elevated, which also includes Orlando, Fort Myers, and also Tampa as well. Damage winds and hail are also unlikely with that. So your tornadoes is going to be your primary threat there. And the tornado threat should stay out of the waters there because typically most of your tornado threat will be the southern and eastern side of a tropical system. Meanwhile, mostly everybody should stay on the western side of the tropical system, so tornadoes are not expected by tomorrow there as well. And kind of going back here to the National Hurricane Center here, check and see if I did not forget anything else here. Well, take a look to the flash flood potential. You can see there's a slight risk across portions of Tampa down to Fort Myers to Charlotte Harbor there as well there. But again, let's just take a look into my forecast here. So don't be surprised if I include along the East Coast in the impacts likely zone. Likely for the Carolinas, there will likely see some impacts, but the areas will likely see impacts we're highly confident will be across far southeastern Georgia into central and north central Florida there. Areas in the yellow, which just kind of goes along the East Coast there, even up to the Florida Panhandle, and even includes south central Florida. We'll see some impacts here and there, but again, especially along the east coast of the Carolinas, don't be surprised if I put you guys in the red zone there for impacts due to flash flooding there as well. But anyways, guys, that's all for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys like this video, hit the like button if you really do like my channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications so you never miss an upload. If you guys have questions about this, you can put a comment section down below. I'll answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.